What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, undefeated, rising, Mexican, lightweight, superstar, boxer, title contender, King Ryan Garcia, sat down and did an interview with former legendary trainer turned colorful analyst and superstar on a podcast, co-host on a podcast, Teddy Atlas, and his co-host. They sat down. It's The Fight with Teddy Atlas. That's the name of it. And they obviously discussed Ryan Garcia's latest victory over Olympic gold medalist, British lightweight superstar title contender Luke Campbell, in which he was floored in the second round of the fight, got up and stopped Luke Campbell with a left hook to the liver in the seventh round. In dramatic fashion, he won the fight. And obviously, they delve into him and the opportunity and the continuously calling out, the constant call-outs of undefeated two-division world champion who currently simultaneously holds the WBA title at 130 and 135, undefeated superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis, who is signed also to legendary, retired, former five-division world champion, former pound-for-pound king, the man known as Money, Floyd Money Mayweather. Ryan Garcia was asked, why do he feel so confident in calling out Gervonta Tank Davis? Why is he so consistent with Gervonta Tank Davis? Why is it Gervonta Tank Davis that he continues to highlight? And let's just listen to what Ryan Garcia had to say regarding why he continues to call out Gervonta Tank Davis.
Why do you want that fight? Why do you believe? And I believe you. We talked about I believe the sincerity in the kid that I'm talking to right now, and the man that I'm talking to right now.
So Teddy Atlas is saying, why do you want this fight with Gervonta Tank Davis so much? Why is it the constant call out of Gervonta Tank Davis? What is it in Gervonta Tank Davis that you see that you feel like you can exploit, obviously, and be successful? And he had this to say.
If we're being truthful, if that's what we're going to be today.
Yes.
Then I have to give glory to God. God is, I promise you, that's what I feel in my heart. That's where I'm going to go with it because that's how I feel. That's my truth. And my truth is I feel from God, that's who I'm going to fight next. And that's who it's going to happen. No matter what, people could say all they want. You can't stop God's will. So that fight's going to happen next no matter what.
What makes it that? What is...
And so Teddy Atlas says, well, what makes it that you want Gervonta Tank Davis? What is it about Gervonta Tank Davis that makes you so confident? And this is what he had to say regarding it.
So I always choose to be very careful when talking about God because I don't want to, because that's very serious things to me. But what I will say is lessons will be learned through this fight. So I think I'll go as far as that. That after this fight, I'm sure a big message and big lesson learning experience will be learned from this. So just be ready to watch this fight. I know it's going to happen. It's second round knockout, baby. Teddy Atlas.
So he said a lesson. He wants to teach Gervonta Tank Davis a lesson. And on top of it, he wants to teach Floyd Mayweather a lesson because he says that he feels that Floyd Mayweather is a part of the reason why the sport of boxing has been going downwards. He's ruined the sport of boxing by the fact that he was going through his career cherry picking, essentially. He says he never fought any 50-50 fights. So he says that he wants to bring down not only Gervonta Tank Davis, but he's looking to do so, bringing Gervonta Tank Davis down in order to bring down Floyd Mayweather, because he says that Floyd Mayweather never fought any 50-50 fights. He never fought in the prime, anybody in the prime of their career. Well, Ryan Garcia is definitely, a historian in the sport of boxing, but he needs to educate himself a little more on this situation with Floyd Mayweather, because that's a misconception that Floyd Mayweather just chose to fight guys out of their prime. His own promoter, Oscar De La Hoya, Olympic gold medalist, former five-division world champion and pound-for-pound king and cash cow, he didn't want to fight Floyd Mayweather in his prime. Shane Mosley didn't want to fight Floyd Mayweather in his prime. And the list goes on and on. Miguel Cotto didn't want to fight Floyd Mayweather in his prime. And when he said he didn't fight 50-50 fights, well, Ryan Garcia needs to just take a glance back because his mentor, 4 division world champion, Mexican superstar boxer who's currently the super middleweight unified WBC, WBA world champion, Saul Canelo Alvarez, he fought him in his prime and he absolutely schooled him rounds 1 through 12. Canelo Alvarez didn't even win a round. So when Ryan Garcia says that Floyd Mayweather didn't pick anybody in their prime, well, the guy you look up to, the two guys you looked up to, he defeated them in dominating fashion, Oscar De La Hoya and Canelo Alvarez. And Oscar De La Hoya didn't want to fight Floyd Mayweather in his prime. Neither did Shane Mosley. Neither did Miguel Cotto. Manny Pacquiao waited 5 years to essentially take the Olympic-style testing that he could have took 5 years earlier, and we could have got the fight 5 years earlier. And then you have guys like Joel Casamayor. You have guys like Prince Nassim Hamed. You have guys like Acelane Freitas. All of these guys in their prime did not want to fight Floyd Mayweather. So he has to educate himself on that and don't continue to go with the narrative that's being pushed and that misconception that Floyd Mayweather cherry-picked his way, because when he was pretty boy Floyd Mayweather, none of these guys wanted to face him. With that said, he goes on to say that he has been getting a blessing from Muhammad Ali. He says that he got this feeling that it's going to be a situation like Muhammad Ali when he fought and went after Sonny Liston. He stated that Muhammad Ali got floored by a fighter in the UK the fight before he fought Sonny Liston, and everybody was looking at Sonny Liston as a monster. He says, and Muhammad Ali continuously called him out, and he was 22 years old. So he says that, history is going to repeat himself with the situation between him and Gervonta Tank Davis. This is what he had to say regarding that situation.
Muhammad Ali, he's actually been a big inspiration in my career too. He's been a big inspiration, and I see a lot of similarities in this fight with me and Gervonta Davis. A lot of similarities. So, Sonny Liston, for example, fought Muhammad Ali at 22. And everybody thought Sonny Liston was some type of killer. But why was Muhammad Ali running to him after he got dropped, by a UK fighter, matter of fact, the fight before, if you guys remember, wasn't it
Henry Cooper?
Henry Cooper. So why was Muhammad Ali running towards him? Why? Why am I running towards Gervonta? You're going to see why. And that's why I feel strongly about that fight as well,
So he's saying that, Henry Cooper dropped Muhammad Ali. That was a UK British fighter. And the very next fight, Muhammad Ali, he got up off the canvas. He beat Henry Cooper. And then Muhammad Ali, was consistently calling out as loud as he can from the mountaintops, Sonny Liston. And Sonny Liston was considered a monster, as in Gervonta Tank Davis is considered a monster. And Ryan Garcia just got floored by a UK fighter as well. So he's likening those comparisons to Muhammad Ali and Sonny Liston's situation. And he's saying that, he knows, regardless of what people say, he's not ready. He can't take a punch. He says that it was just a punch he didn't see. And Teddy Atlas agreed. He stated that he will be able to take, this is what Teddy Atlas stated, that Ryan Garcia will be able to take Gervonta Tank Davis punches because he won't get punched with a punch he won't see coming. Ryan Garcia says that Gervonta Tank Davis is too small for me. He says that he's going to have to press me in the fight. He says that he would need a ladder to be able to touch my chin. I would have to allow him to touch my chin. He says, but I have very fast hands, very high ring IQ, and I have great boxing ability. There's no way he's going to touch me. He's going to press the fight, and then I'm going to hit him with a punch he don't see, like Luke Campbell hit me with a punch what I didn't see. He said, but he's not going to get up from the power that I have. So this is what he's stating regarding Gervonta Tank Davis. He says physically, he's just too small. He does have power. He is a great fighter, but he's just physically too small for me. And he just don't have the reach. You would have to, issue him a ladder to be able to touch my chin. He says, and Teddy Atlas says to him, I don't believe he could hit you with a punch you don't see because your range, but you do stand up a little too tall sometimes straight up. And he said, yeah, well, without giving away too much of the game plan, you know what I'm going to do. And Teddy Atlas said, yeah, you're going to control distance. And he said, that's absolutely what I'm going to do. And a few other things he says, but I'm not going to give away too much of the game plan. Now let's get into what he said regarding Floyd Mayweather and Floyd Mayweather ruining the sport of boxing with his cherry picking. So he said that boxing has been missing certain aspects and it's due to Floyd Mayweather. But listen to what he had to say.
Boxing will be at the front. You know what I mean? The thing that boxing has been missing a while, and what I've been noticing so far, is these fighters are making it seem like they're doing great things when they're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're acting like they are accomplishing feats that, are like Mayweather, for example. And he's done a lot of great things, yes. But he's always made it seem like he's done, the most special things when he really hasn't. To me, he didn't catch anybody where that fight was, 50-50. Where was that? I would never seen that because he never took it. He played it smart and he squeezed every ounce of dollar he can instead of every ounce of greatness. And to me, that's what was missing. And I'm going to do that. So it don't matter. What he messed up on, I won't. And that's what I'm going to let the fans know.
So he's saying he went in. I'm not going to play the entire interview in its totality, but he went in. He goes to say Floyd Mayweather didn't fight 50-50 fights. He goes in to say that he wants to. That's a big part of the reason why he wants to fight Gervonta Tank Davis, because he wants to rectify what Floyd Mayweather did wrong in the sport of boxing, and he wants to start with Floyd Mayweather's number one fighter in Gervonta Tank Davis. And he stated that the same image that Floyd Mayweather perceived, pushed off to the people as if he would accomplish so much within the sport of boxing, and he really didn't. He says the same thing that they're doing with Gervonta Tank Davis. They're pushing off this image as if Gervonta Tank Davis has achieved so much in the sport of boxing, and he truly hasn't either. And so now I'm going to go in there and I'm going to prove to the people and knock out Gervonta Tank Davis. He said this is going to be a learning lesson. I want to humble Floyd Mayweather. I want to humble Gervonta Tank Davis, and I'm going to do so. That's why I'm pursuing this fight, and I'm very confident in myself and my abilities. This is going to be a huge fight. They're not going to talk it down. They're only going to talk it up. Obviously, the promotion between Floyd Mayweather and Oscar De La Hoya is going to sell a fight. The promotion between Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia is going to promote the fight. So this fight is going to do big numbers. I believe I definitely think that it's going to be an attraction. I definitely think it's going to sell. And I definitely think the storyline is going to be huge. So I can't wait to see how this all unfolds and plays out. But Ryan Garcia, you can't help but to like Ryan Garcia and his mentality, right? He's in love with the sport of boxing. Ryan Garcia, like I said, he needs to educate himself more on Floyd Mayweather's history when he was Pretty Boy Floyd, and how fighters like Oscar De La Hoya and Shane Mosley and Miguel Cotto, they were avoiding him in their quote-unquote prime. When it suit them financially is when they wanted to pursue Floyd Mayweather fight. But when he was Pretty Boy Floyd, they didn't want to pursue that fight too high of a risk with too low of a reward. And when he became Money Mayweather, everybody wanted to fight him because he represented the cash cow in their biggest payday. So he needs to educate himself on that misconception on Floyd Mayweather. As far as Gervonta Tank Davis, I would agree to a certain extent that, Gervonta Tank Davis is held to a high standard that, he hasn't truly fought the best of the best. He's fought Leo Santa Cruz, 4-division world champion, Mexican superstar boxer who's highly accomplished. He fought Yuriorkis Gamboa, who's a 3-division champion, Olympic gold medalist. So he has fought those guys, but Yuriorkis Gamboa far past his prime. Leo Santa Cruz, just doesn't have punching power. He's tailor-made for Gervonta Tank Davis. I don't want to say he's too small because he actually has a taller, slimmer, wiry frame. He's 5'8", 5'7", with a 70-inch arm reach, 71-inch arm reach. Gervonta Tank Davis is 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. Okay, so yes, he's more solid, but Leo Santa Cruz is built different. He's a wiry frame. So, but he's just not a power puncher. He's tailor-made. He's a accumulational puncher. He's very active, and Gervonta Tank Davis being explosive and a counter puncher, athletic. Leo Santa Cruz is tailor-made for him. But you can't deny the talent you see in the ring with Gervonta Tank Davis. And I can't wait to see how this fight unfolds and plays out. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed? Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace. Make sure y'all hit that like button.